Let's head around the Inside Politics table and ask our reporters to get you out ahead of the big political news just around the corner. Jackie, you first.
So before Bernie Sanders' database fracas, some of his most prominent fans were starting to worry he wasn't out there as much. He wasn't traveling as much as Clinton. He was seen in the Senate halls, and they were worried he was losing this momentum that he gained over the summer. Raul Grijalva, congressman, one of the two that have endorsed Sanders, told me that he wants to see him on TV more, doing more interviews. He is, and his another supporter, Nina Turner, said she hopes that he uses this database melee to really get out there more. So he's going to Iowa a little bit next week, and we'll see if he picks up the pace like some of the supporters really hopes that he does.
Turn the negative into a positive. J. Mart.
How soon after Christmas do the air wars truly begin in Iowa? So you now have Ted Cruz dropping. You now have Marco Rubio's supporters dropping 2 mail pieces on Ted Cruz last week. You've got Ted Cruz with an ad that is obliquely negative on Marco Rubio. But we've not seen the kind of fireworks there that we have a feeling here are coming. It's unlikely that a campaign would go up with a flight of ads this week before the holiday, but I have to think it's coming soon. And given the fact that Cruz is now hitting Rubio obliquely, at least, on immigration, I've got to think that it's Rubio, and it's going to be coming soon.
Yeah, holiday spirit doesn't last long. Caitlin.
There's something unusual going on in New Hampshire this cycle, and that is that the race is pretty unsettled. The establishment, or the more mainstream Republicans, don't yet have a candidate that they're favoring, and Donald Trump is leading in a state that tends to favor the more mainstream Republican. And so it is kind of a wide open race there. Chris Christie certainly has the momentum, but Rubio is also doing well. And actually, Ted Cruz could be a wild card there, depending on how well he does in Iowa. Does that give him momentum for a place like New Hampshire? Republicans in the state are growing concerned not only about the future of the party if Trump succeeds, but also the future of their own primary.
New Hampshire nervousness. All right, Phil.
A number of Republicans have said big things about focusing on the South, the March 1st so-called SEC primary, but few have backed it up like Ted Cruz with actual action. He's now in the midst of his second barnstorming tour of those states, the key southern primary states. It'll wrap up on Wednesday. When you talk to his team, their issues here are twofold. One, there's a heavy evangelical base down there, and they think his focus on those states sets him apart. There's not a lot of time after those early states to really refocus and rejigger your team up. Ted Cruz is there. Even rival campaigns acknowledge he has a significant ground game there. That's an area where if he does well in Iowa, he thinks he can carry over, almost set a firewall up in the South. One problem with his strategy, though, Jeb Bush probably had the best way of doing this, going to SEC football games. That's where you should focus. That's not where Ted Cruz is focused, but his team is down there and in full effect right now.
Ground game always seems to work in the SEC. That's what I know. All right. As we head into the Christmas week, I would like to highlight a rare gift coming to campaigns, voters, and political reporters everywhere, namely January, the whole month. You're getting it under the tree for the first election in a long time. The Iowa caucus is there in February for the first time since 1996. In 2012 and 2008, they were actually on January 3rd. Happy freaking New Year. So what does this mean besides no New Year's Eve in Des Moines? It means the campaigns have a whole month to make their cases, that there is still time to change their fortunes. Maybe. But most of all, it means there are choices that haven't existed in a while. How much time to spend in Iowa, New Hampshire, beyond. The strategists I talked to say the candidates with the biggest choices are Marco Rubio. How hard does he compete in Iowa? How low can he afford to finish in New Hampshire? And also Donald Trump. Is he capable of managing expectations in Iowa, or does he go all in? The campaigns are well advised to use this gift this January wisely, or they might not get one again.